Walkaround family, welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2014 Honda Accord EX in Champagne Frost Pearl with the beige interior. A lot of people complain about this generation of Accord. I think this is the ninth generation, which started in 13 and ended in 17. A lot of people complain that the styling was very plain and it was blah compared to the previous generation. And then of course you guys know the 10th gen and the 18 when they completely changed their Accord. We're gonna start off with the front fascia. First of all, look at the color. So Champagne Frost Pearl, a very nice color. A lot of people complain that this is old man gold or just for old people, but I think all ages can drive this color. But I think you do find a lot of older people with this color. Well, you can see the champagne for the pearl in there. It's a beautiful color. It's a nice color because when it's dirty, especially out here in New Mexico, you won't really see any dirt on there because they almost match the sand. So the EX does give you the projector headlights, which is cool. They weren't LED, so you can have a regular bulb, high beam. You did have a projector at least, low beam, and then your turn signals are a regular bulb. You do have LED daytime running lights, which was a big touch for 14, and you do get fog lights as well. This guy got a little chrome up front. You know, you get a little chrome on the lip because it is the EX. I believe the Sport and I believe fog lights started on Sport, but I don't know if they had Sport in 14. I think they did have a Sport in 14. So Sport and up get the fog lights. You did have the LX, which was a plain Jane. Above this, you had EXL, and then I don't know if they had Touring yet. I think Touring started in 16. I'm not sure. We're gonna look at the brochure and get familiar because I'm not too familiar. That's why I'm making these videos so I can learn myself and you guys can learn some good stuff as well. Taking a look at the side profile here. So you do have LED turn signals integrated in the side mirrors, and the side mirrors are body colored. You do get a moonroof on the EX and up will give you a moonroof if you got a Sport or LX. No moonroof. You do have chrome going around the whole window, chrome on the door handles, and you get 17s on the EX. And these are, I believe, 215s. Yeah, these are 215s, 55, 17-inch rims. And the design is nothing too crazy. I mean, it's not hubcaps, it's not too basic, but it's not like a crazy design either. And then you have some lines on the side of the body, so one below, one going from the fender all the way to the rear, which is nice. Nice little crease mark back there. And on the side mirror, on the driver's side, you do have like two portions. So when I'm in the car, I'll actually go over that a little bit more in detail. But coming along to the rear, this is another part of the car that a lot of people complain that it just looks too basic. I think it's fine. You know, like I don't need a cord looking all crazy. So the tail lights, I believe, are all full incandescent, so regular bulbs for your brake lights, and then just when your lights are on, turn signals, reverse lights. You have a patch of chrome, well, a strip of chrome, patch of chrome, going through the trunk, chrome emblem, Accord is in chrome. That's it. It's not gonna say EX or anything on the back. You do get a single exhaust tip on the rear and it's chrome, which is nice, and a little chrome piece down below. And you get dual exhaust, I believe. If you got the V6 in the sedan, you get the dual exhaust. You get the four-cylinder, you get the single exhaust. And this is a 2.5 four-cylinder, and this is a 14, so it should be a CVT transmission. I think 13 was 13 the last year before. No, I think 13 was the automatic before we went to CVT. I think in 14 they went to all CVTs. I'm gonna check the brochure when we take a look at this guy. So this guy does have smart entry, so it don't use a traditional key. This is Honda's older smart key. They had this key for a minute. They just recently switched over to the new smaller one, but things like the Ridgeline and the Odyssey still have this older key fob and the Passport as well. So you can lock it with that button, lock all the doors, or you can unlock it by putting your hand inside, and you even gotta pull it. It's actually pretty cool. So taking a look on the inside, this is the beige interior, so you can see cloth interior. If you want the leather, you have to get an EXL. And you do have soft touch, very soft on here, very soft up top, very soft on the armrest. I don't think the new ones is this soft with the leather. It's actually really nice. You have auto up down for the front windows and then hold it for the rear. You have power locks, you have power windows, you have additional storage in here as well. And you do got a tweeter on the door. The driver's seat is power. So you have forward and back, up and down, forward and back for the back piece. You even have a lumbar, two-way lumbar in and out, and this thigh portion right here can go up and down as well. Actually, it's not even really the thigh portion, it's the seat is tilting. So on the newer ones, mostly this portion move up and down, so that's cool. Passenger seat is manual, so you have the bar to move forward and back, and you have the lever to move your back forward and back, and that's pretty much it with your adjustment. I do have the windows down because this car is tinted, so it's not that dark in here, but I want to give you guys the most light as possible. So good step in, because the newer Accords are a lot lower, so you're gonna notice it's still low getting to an Accord, but not as low as the newer one. I'm gonna go ahead and close the door. And first thing first, you have some air vents over here. You have one where you can open and close. You do have an Econ Assist button there and your traction controller on and off. And what the Econ Assist will allow you to do is to maximize your fuel efficiency. So I just turn it on and there's some air going on in here. But if you have the air on and you turn on Econ, it will actually lower the air a little bit. Also, it'll make your throttle response a little bit less sensitive to help you maximize fuel efficiency. And right below that, you have your tire pressure monitoring system reset. So if you had a low air in the tire, you put air in the tire, you have to hold that button and it'll reset the whole system. Then you have a hood down there, and you have the classic Honda pop the gas tank or pop the hood down here, and you can actually lock the trunk if you wanted to as well. I know with the newer Accords now, they usually have a trunk button on the door, and you push in to open the gas tank. So a lot has changed. You still can adjust the steering wheel. You see the little lever right down there. You can come up, down, in and out. And your classic Honda cluster here. This is actually pretty cool because I had a 16 and my 16 had the same. I had a 9 gen, like I said, and I had the same cluster. So this is cool to see. And you can actually change the trip A, trip B, and that's pretty much it. I believe in the newer, I think maybe 16, 17, they added buttons right here where you can view a little bit more information, if I'm not mistaken. But you do have a little screen right there in the middle. Everything else is analog, so you can see there. Outside temperature, gas, how many miles. This one has 45,000 miles on it, by the way. And on your stock here, you have auto, off, parking, and on for your headlights, and your fog lights on and off. Wipers on this side, off, intermediate, low, and high. And the steering wheel is like a polyurethane material. I believe if you had I think Sport was leather. Sport was leather, and EXL was leather, and I gotta see the trim levels for this year. I haven't looked that up before I even started doing this video, so we're gonna learn a lot today. But you do have phone control in the steering wheel, voice command, answer, hang up, volume, next track, previous, source. You have a little shortcut where you can quickly switch between music, trip A, trip B, and what's this last one? Wallpaper? Oh, go back. Oh, I keep. There you go. I think this is the wallpaper with the clock, right? Yeah, wallpaper with the clock. There you can have music. That's cool. And then you have cruise control. No Honda sensing. Honda sensing started becoming an option on the Accords for this generation, and then I think they became standard. I think in 18. Yeah, in 18, I believe. But for the 9th generation, you either got to get a higher trim that came with the standard, or you have to get a model with it, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to remember here, guys. Come along to the center console here. So if you got, I believe when they refreshed it, the EXs gave you a touchscreen here and a screen up there. But this is the 14 before the refresh. The refresh, I think, was 16. Was it 16 or was it 15? Yeah, 16. And this screen appears like your backup camera, what you're listening to, basic information, and then you have all your physical buttons here. And you even have an auxiliary port. I know people haven't used that in a while. You have an auxiliary port, you have a CD player. That's gone too with the new ones. So it's cool to see. Next track, previous, volume. You have your shortcuts here, hazard. And one thing I love about the Accords, standard dual zone climate control. No heated seats on the 14EX. But you do have a gauge here. You can see what's going on. Push button start because you have the smart key, and then you have your little center console here. Some additional storage. You have a USB port. You have a power outlet. The shifter is the same material as the steering wheel. You get the polyurethane material, and then on your transmission you have park, reverse, neutral, drive, sport, and L. And I believe this should be a CVT because I think 13 was the last year with automatic. I think when we went to 14s, they went to CVTs because it would have like 1, 2, and 3 or something like that. But you have I about to say electronic parking brake. Your regular handbrake, the new ones have electronic parking brake. Plenty of space for the couple. Look at that, even dashing a little chrome around there. The armrest is actually not soft touch. It's leather wrapped, but it's not soft at all. And then you have another power outlet in there, a little coin, and that's pretty much it. And then you do have a lockable glove box. And let's see if it's damped. It is damped. It's not lined, but this is nice. And then come along up here, you have your traditional rear view mirror. It's not auto dimming or anything like that. No home link. And you have your sunglass holder up here. Lights, not LED, regular bulbs. EX gave it a moonroof. It'll open all the way or it'll tilt up, which is cool. Let's see on your vanity mirror if they gave you lights. That's cool. And let's see. Oh my God, it's so stiff. There you go. I like looking at used cars. It's actually pretty cool. And the seating, I even tell you guys the seating. This cloth material is very comfortable. Very comfortable. It feels good. Look, I mean, this color will definitely stain easy, especially with this material, but it's very smooth, very comfortable. Let's jump out of here and jump into the back seat. See what we got going on back there. Make sure the doors unlock. So you can see how wide the door open. So it's pretty wide. And let's get back here. So back in 14, the EX do give you air vents. No plugins, just air vents for 24. EX does not give you air vents. So it's interesting. You can see the differences. Things that they took away, things that they add. Very soft touch back here. It's kind of like the front, hard plastic. And then this is soft, and even this is soft. Cool, that's cool. No speakers on the door or anything like that, so I'm sure when you get the EXL, you get a higher model. And look at this. Matte pocket behind the driver, matte pocket behind the passenger. You don't get that no more. Honda took that away. Now it's just either just the passenger, or I think you have to get like a Touring. Do Touring even get both of them? I don't even know. That's so funny to see. Blast from the past right here. And you guys can see look at that old school Honda steering wheel. That is, like, I think that steering wheel is the same steering wheel from the 8 Gen, if I'm not mistaken. They kind of switch it up. It looks like the 8 Gen steering wheel. But, oh, I missed one important thing on that mirror. We're going to get back in the front. I just noticed. I forgot about that. But yeah, you have headrests back here, and they're not built into the seat. You can actually remove them. You do have an armrest here. It is soft with your cup holders. Very roomy back here, very soft. You even have car seats, anchors that you have to dig for them, but they're in there. Yeah, they're in there. So that's cool. All right, let's jump out of here. Let's get into the trunk. But yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with older Hondas. These things are so cool. Is there a button? Okay, it is. You saw how I moved my hand? Because the newer ones, when you pop them, they open automatically for you because they're for strut. I forgot it just pops and don't open all the way for you. But very spacious in the trunk. And you can fold down the seat. It's not split though. You have one button you can pull to drop the seat down. But still very spacious. So if you're looking for a used Accord, you would definitely like the used Accord. Especially if you don't mind the look. You get a spare tire in here with your tools. It's cool. You get a little donut in there. This thing is cool. All right, so let me jump back in and show you guys the side mirrors because this was a game changer back then, back in 14. So on the driver's side, you see how you have one side of the mirror is normal, and there's like a little corner right there. So that corner is supposed to be like a magnifying, where it's like a blind spot. It shows you a blind spot a lot better. It's like enlarged. It's actually pretty cool. A lot of people thought that it's broken, like, that's how it was. On the right side, right below there, you probably see there's like a camera right down there. So whenever you put the right signal on, it'll show you a blind spot on the right side on the screen. Look at that. Also, you can turn that feature on whenever you want. So there's a button right on top of here. You push that in, and look at that. I can turn on and view the blind spot only on the right side though. It's not on the left side. I think Honda didn't want to confuse people. That's why they didn't put it on both sides. And that way you know which side you're looking at. But yeah, there's a camera right under there. So I've driven the newer ones, and a lot of people ask me, does it still have that feature because they missed it in their older Honda, or some people will tell me actually they hated it. They was like, I'm glad it was a distraction, they got rid of it. But that's a cool feature. And let me put in the reverse because I even show you guys the backup camera. So you have a backup camera, and you don't get the 3 different views, the multi-angle backup camera, until I think 16 or maybe 15. It's just so hard to remember. But yeah, so at least you get a backup camera, and it's trajectory too. Yep, it's trajectory, turn the wheel, turn the wheel. So that's cool. So you get that guy. Because you see me in a little corner, we have my other PC set up. So if you watch my last walk around on the 24 Accord EX. I didn't have anything set up, so I had to do a little quick little thing. So we back. I appreciate you guys for being patient and with the whole moving into a new house and stuff, but we're getting there. Anyways, this is the 2024 Honda Accord. So before Honda did walkarounds and the whole, well, they always had where you can build one, but before they did the trim walks, that's what I mean, walkarounds. Before Honda did trim walks, we had brochures. And I think the last brochure was in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. So what we're going to look at is an actual 2024 Accord. So you can actually get this in hand. Like this will be an actual brochure booklet, but I'm viewing it as a PDF. So you see how this 14 Accord has full LED? Because this is how so they did have touring back then. This is how our touring looked. And as we get more pre-owned Accords, pre-owned any Hondas, I'm going to do this, and we're going to go back in time and go through brochures, because I think it's cool. And it helped me to learn too. So when I do get more pre-owned vehicles, I'm more informed, and you guys are informed. But you can see the full LED tail lights too. That was well, not the brake light, or probably not the reverse light, but the brake light. Not the turn signals and the reverse lights, but I think your running lights and your brake lights are LED. But anyways, this video is not about the touring. This video, the coupe. This video is about the EX. So I am gonna kind of breeze through this because I do want to. Oh, look, they were the double screen. So you could get that. Look like, was this EXL? Okay. And they did have a sport trim. I wasn't too sure. Okay, put a little spoiler on there. Cool. Actually, now that I think about it, in the video I mentioned that you only get dual exhaust on a V6. You also got dual exhaust on the Sport though. So the LX and the EX got, and I think the EXL 4-cylinder got the single exhaust, or maybe the EXL got dual, but I know Sport got dual. These also came in a hybrid. When I grab one of those, I'll try to, and it came in a plug-in hybrid. And that's something I actually want to show you guys after we go through this. Did we get this in? I don't know if we got this in the United States. Oh yeah, look at this. It's only New York and California got this. That's crazy. The Clarity kind of was the same thing when they stopped making it for New Mexico, and they just made it for New York and Cali. But the 14 Accord, don't worry, we're gonna get there. I'm just kind of slowly skimming through. So here's all the colors. So usually on the new ones, I will build one so I can show you the colors. It's actually nice to have this and the trim walk, well, the features on the same page. So on the 14 Accord, you're able to get alabaster silver, Permite metallic. I don't think I've seen this color. I don't know. Bosque red pearl 2, crystal black pearl, obsidian blue pearl, champagne frost pearl, which we're reviewing right now, modern steel metallic, San Marino red, steel night pearl. I think this was a coupe color and this was a coupe color, or it was a sport and a coupe color. Not too sure. You have the burnished silver metallic. So yeah, 2 silvers. Interesting. White orchid pearl. So you didn't have the white diamond pearl. But I think it's the same thing, just a different shade or a different something. I don't know. And then you have tiger eye pearl as well, which was an interesting color. But interior, so you get your fabrics and you get your leather. So they label what came with what. So that's pretty interesting. So yeah, you had to get EXL or touring to get the leather, and then LX. So the coupe didn't have an LX. The coupe had an LXS. The sedan had an LX. So those two got the cloth, and then the EX and EX coupe. Sport sedan. Interesting. Oh, so the sport coupe and the sport sedan had 2 different types of fabrics, it looks like. You look at EX sedan. Interesting. But yeah, you get the ivory, you have black, and you have gray. And gray bio fabric, which was the plug-in, but never seen one of those. So here's the trim level here. Move this guy over. So you have LX, you have Sport, you have the EX, you have the EXL, you have EXL with Navi, you have EXL with V6, and you have EXL with V6 with Navi, and then you have the Touring. So you see why Honda kind of downgraded their trim levels, because there was a lot to choose from back then. So the Sport is going to add everything the LX have here and add these goodies here. And then the EX is going to be an upgrade from the LX and not from the Sport, because the EX doesn't have all of the looks and some features you see in that list that the EX doesn't have that pretty much. So the LX gave you the K24, pretty much all of them the K24, unless you went to the V6 that gave you the 3.5 V6. But you made 185 horsepower, CVT transmission. So I think this is the first year where they made CVT standard on the Accords, because before 14, Honda been using CVTs, I believe on the hybrids. You were able to get this in a manual transmission. And I actually sold one of these a few years ago in a manual. So the manual gave you 24 city, 34 highway, 28 mpg. The CVT gets you 27 and 36. So you get way better gas mileage in the CVT versus the manual, which is interesting. 6 airbags, Bluetooth was standard, backup camera was standard in LX. That's cool. The 4-speaker sound system, Bluetooth streaming audio. And this is important because back then, when you got Bluetooth, some cars gave you Bluetooth where you can only speak and like receive calls, hang up, and go to your contacts, but only for phone calls. You couldn't play music. You had to make sure the car had Bluetooth audio and Bluetooth, regular Bluetooth, hands-free, where you can either play music from your phone through Bluetooth and listen to the phone. But nowadays, it's all standard. Now it's just CarPlay, wireless CarPlay. But back then, you really had to know what you were picking. So you have both of those. USB, MP3, auxiliary, I'll show you guys that. Now going up to the EX, you're gonna get what the LX have, and it adds the alloy wheels, because there are 16s on the LX, so EX is the 17s. The power moonroof, smart entry, fog lights, heated power side mirrors. Okay, so the side mirrors were heated on the LX, but they're heated on the Sky, and you get the turn signals that we saw on here. The Honda LaneWatch camera you guys saw on the right side, push button start. The driver sees a 10-way power adjustment, and you get a better sound system. So instead of the 4-speaker, you get 6 speakers. So it's still 160 watt, but interesting. And then since we're here, you can see the EXL will give you things like leather seats and a way better sound system, heated seats. And in the next few years though, heated seats became standard in EX, but before 14, you had to get something higher than EX to get the heated seats. Oh, you do get the multi-angle backup camera, but it's only EXL and up. That's cool to know. So EX and below get standard view, and I don't know if you guys see the pattern. So as the years go by, the higher trims get only certain things and lower trims don't. And then when cars get newer, those higher trims features are standard in the lower trims in the next few years. So yeah, XM radio, and then you get the EXL with Navi, pretty much Navi. That's cool. And then you get the V6, and the V6 gave you more power. So dual zone. Okay. So yes, I see the dual chrome exhaust on the Sport, but I don't see it on the LX, or well, of course not on the LX, and of course on the EX. And I don't see it on the, let's search it real fast. I don't see it on, went all the way. There we go, back over here. So we got it on the Sport and the EXL V6, and of course you get on the Touring. So those are 3 trim levels to get that. Good to know. Good to know. I'm learning a lot of stuff here. A lot of good stuff here. And then you get the Touring, give you the LED headlights, built-in Navi, adaptive cruise control. So this is before Honda Sensing was Honda Sensing. Honda was throwing in little things that had that, because right now it's like 5 to 6 different equipment for Honda Sensing, but before you get 1 or 2. Years go by, they added them in there. So everyone forgot about the coupe. Coupe ended in 17. 18 is when they made a new generation, no coupes. But yeah, so you didn't get an LX, you get an LXS, which pretty much the sedan and the coupe both were base models, but the LXS just give you a little bit more than the sedan will give you, even though they're both LXs. That's why they LXS, but that's cool. Oh yeah, look at that better sound system. You get rear view camera guidelines. Got dual zone climate control. That's cool. I think that's standard actually. LX should have that too. Security system with remote entry. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. And you have the EX. Not really gonna go through this because it's very similar to the sedan, but the coupe was considered more sporty though. And look at this. You were able to get a plug-in Accord, which, like I told you guys, we didn't get it here in New Mexico, but New York and California, I think, got it. But that's cool. So I wonder, I don't know anything about this thing, so it's cool to see this. Oh, look at this. It get full Honda Sensing on this thing. Well, it got a lot more Honda Sensing goodies. Forward collision, lane departure. Interesting. I don't think you could get that on the non-plugins. Okay, look at this. We're learning today. We are learning today. Premium sound system. Okay. And then let me show you guys something. So this guy here, here's the plugin. The plugin actually had its own brochure, even though I just showed you guys on the regular brochure. But it did get its own. Zoom in a little bit on that guy. Look at that. I've never seen one of these. That's not 115 miles per gallon combined, 570 miles. That's crazy. Electrifying. So this is, you know, like, I know nowadays hybrids and plugins and EVs is like high demand, but back then brands were trying it out. So not only Accord, oh yeah, okay, get a tax break back then. Now it's like 7,500 on new cars. Okay, 3 motors, 3 ways to drive. Cool, that's cool, that's cool. You get the dual screen. So yeah, if you got an EXL and number, I believe you get the same dual screen in the regular sedan. But it looks like the plug-in hybrid comes in one trim. I'm guessing we're gonna scroll down and see. Built-in Navi. Okay, split screen. Ooh, how did I think there was? Got the LaneWatch on there. That's cool. Got the multi-angle. Honda had that thing for a while. Lane departure. Ace body structure. Forward collision. That's cool. So yeah, plug-in. Yeah, so it's one trim level for the plug-in. And you only come in 4 colors. Or is this? Yeah, it is 4 colors. Or this? No, yeah, it's 4. It's 4 colors. Maybe I am just blind, but that's 3 exterior colors, and you had 1 interior color. It said interior right there. I don't know how I missed that, but yeah. So 3 exteriors, 1 interior. They had the silver, black, white, or some type of gray. That's crazy. Look how it looks. The blue in the grill. Anyways, I'm gonna end everything here. I hope you guys enjoyed this blast from the past. I will do some older Hondas from time to time. I am going to stick to new cars as well, but if I see something I think we should definitely do, I will definitely do some older ones. Now that I'm moving to the house, you guys will see a little bit more videos coming out as well too. I know we took a little break, but we're back like we never left. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will catch you guys in the next video. Oh, backup sensors, excuse me. Look at this accessory.